will be on. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for being today. I have an amazing guest with me, and so I decided to say, let's take this live. Today, I have somebody that I've been watching online, and he is just hilarious. So the question we're going to ask you first is he or she? So today, I am honored. I am blessed to have Auntie Felicia. Oh no, we have Koi Longe, also known as Auntie Felicia. So we are going to get to know Koi Longe, and he's going to talk to us about his Auntie Felicia character. Thank you so much for joining us, Koi Longe. You Can Be Anything podcast.
Thank you so much, Spanish. This is going to be incredible. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Uh, I don't know, but anyway, go to Wuruwuru.
It go wuru wuru, right? That is what I told everybody. Join us and come see the wuru wuru right here. So thank you so much for joining. At first, I would like for you to talk a little bit about, okay, everybody is so excited to know, like, who is this funny, hilarious person? Please kindly talk a little bit about who you are as Koi Longe. Then, what everyone is waiting for, the Auntie Felicia part of you, will come later. But please kindly tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like, who is Koi Longe?
Okay, so who is Koelonge? So primarily, uh, Koelonge is a writer. Koelonge is a researcher, academic researcher, particularly. So you can, very bookish.
Yes.
Ned Elonge is a TV host, and um, uh, what else? I think that would do for now. I also do as a comedian.
Okay. Okay.
So with the comedy, the persona of Auntie Felicia, who I created. Um, I think I've been a bit of a household name as Ko Elonge already, known for my eccentric takes on cultural issues. Um, so this is the first thing. The comedy it's not a fresh thing for those who know me. I think I've always been considered to be very funny. I think I'm funnier as a movie. Not as if could deny, but I think I'm funnier as a movie. Yeah, but that is the for those who know me. So this is a new adventure. It's something that it wasn't easy, but I'm sure we'll get to that. Yeah, that's briefly. I've taken some time. But say as I went in school, I maybe talked like so short easily. So I get to
See?
bear with it.
Ah, God, this is awesome. So again, behind this Auntie Felicia, that because truth be told, I have seen you on Freaky Table, but I really got to know more about you on as Auntie Felicia, right? So
Yeah.
it's nice enough that you have told us a little bit about Koi Longe, and now we are going to move into who is Auntie Felicia. So this is a character that you're using, and the first thing that I guess myself and anybody listening to us today wants to know is why this name? Why Auntie Felicia? What inspired this name?
Actually, I felt like it would seem quite redundant. Like, oh no, there wasn't anything special about choosing the name. It's just I don't know how the Felicias would take this, but the Felicia name just seems like a name that would do well with trouble.
So Auntie Felicia is trouble, right?
Well, it's not just trouble. I don't want to pick stereotypes of her because Auntie Felicia is actually quite complex. She can be kind, she can be empathetic, she can be bullish, she can like bullish, like she can be almost everything because women are complex. They are not just one thing. So she can be a gossip, she can be the next day against gossiping, so it's all of these that um, I think that women show this very different shade. Yeah, I think interesting. But the Felicia name was a very beautiful ring. I was
Yes.
torn between Felicia and so the Felicia one.
Ah, interesting. Hey, just to confirm, those of you watching, can you hear us well? If you're watching, Sandrine, I see you. Can you please comment? Let me know that you can hear us properly. Sandrine, I see you online. Can you please confirm that you can hear us properly? All right, that is good. I'll wait for confirmation, but hopefully they can hear us. So again, one thing that I've had when I put it out there that hey, I'm going to be talking to Auntie Felicia. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's nice. We want to hear a couple of things about him and about Auntie Felicia, about her." So a lot of people in our community have expressed or have even spoken about, hey, comedy doesn't necessarily need to be a woman. This is one of the comments that I got when I put up my post with you. That I was going to talk with you. Like, why do you feel? So this is like wanting you to respond to whoever wanted to know this. What makes you feel that being a woman, like using a woman character for your comedy, will be better than just being the man? Like, why choose a woman character over a man?
Okay, the first thing is um I always am confused about this whole thing. Because though it's couched as oh people are they do their female impersonation in order to be funny. I don't think that's what they are trying. There is a subtext to what they are trying to say, which they don't necessarily express fully. So the couch is a question of you don't have to impersonate a woman to be funny. That's true. But then I'm funny as a woman. That's not an easy thing to do.
Yes. So even as you go
Using
along there, you are funny. So it's not even about
yes,
being Auntie Felicia that makes you
exactly.
funny.
So Auntie Felicia is like an iteration of the art, like a longo. As a longo, I could do comedy as a man, and I am not doing comedy as a woman. I am impersonating. I'm a man who is funny, impersonating a woman. I'm not a woman, which means
That
I'm
is
a
a
funny
good
man
thing.
who can act like a woman and make people laugh. And that's not an easy thing to do, you know.
All right. Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
Women would not necessarily be funny being women. So I don't think that it's a valid thing to say. But I can tell you from a very important perspective, now not anti but from a very important perspective, this is a very patriarchal view of what what men aspire to, which is if a woman was impersonating men, people might consider it to be cool. If a man is impersonating a woman, they are like women are
Yeah.
lesser gender. And so you should not debase yourself. It's a direct insult to women. And it's something which I find very offensive. I was very close to my mother. In many ways, about 60% of my is inspired by my mother. Her complexity, her beauty, the way she talks and everything. And it's built by other women who I interact with. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you know, people love their mothers. And for those who have lived their mothers and had a personal relationship with their mothers, they will not see anything wrong with this. They will just see like mirrors of their
Yeah.
mothers, of their parents, and all of that. So you might say that you don't have to be a woman to be funny. Well, I am a woman and I'm a funny. And trust me, so I have to deal with it for a very long time. You don't see a Felicia so. You see her so. You see the thinking. It ain't got no sight. It ain't got no sight. You then yeah, it will shake it place.
Hey, Auntie Felina, personally don't know you. Seriously. But yes, because we are talking about this now, let me pull this question on the screen because it's something I was going to ask you. I'm happy that Ida is here, Ida asking, like, is your character inspired by any particular person? You just spoke about how close you are to
Yeah,
your mom. So can you talk a little
yeah.
bit on that as Ida
A
asked?
lot, yeah, a lot more. The character is inspired by my mom. My mom was very funny. She could be extreme, she could be measured. But I really enjoyed, in hindsight, when she was extreme because it's so funny. I remember once my mom and I were quite close, like most guys can get moms and their sons. And for my mom, she and I, we had a very close relationship. She's now of late. So in a way, it's the way of bringing back her memory. Which is why people cannot take it away from me. Because it's kind of living a life, living just reliving the experience.
That's all
Um,
right.
I want to immortalize her memory
Yeah.
in many ways, without sugarcoating necessarily. Um, so it's not 100% her, but it's a lot of her and other women that I keep have interacted with. I remember once she and I had a first argument at home, and she knew my favorite food is okra and egusi with stockfish. And my mom was the best cook. So she could not accept that I had defeated her in that argument. That it was a fierce argument going back and forth. And I left for something, I think for work. And by the time I came back, she was like, I cooked egusi, that egusi soup with okra, but you made okra soup with vegetable in it and all of that. And
What's
then
up, Fish?
it was like, she told me, oh, that love, she told me, oh, my father is OE. Like, then the book I said, OE. I don't know today, I spilled okra. It's fine, we can go inside. And then she set it up on the table and then she said, go ahead and eat. So when I'm eating, they say, eat it. I say, hey, you kill her. She say, okay, we can't have that shit. I kill you kill myself. I don't put poison in it. You talk for me anyhow.
Oh my
And
God.
when I'm
Yes.
like, what? It's not happening.
Oh my gosh. That is,
Yeah,
yeah, again, so we see where this all of this comes from. So it's not something
yeah,
that you're struggling. It is just in you. It is something that is
yes.
in you. And you talked about how close to your mother. You have other siblings? Are you an only child or do you have siblings?
Oh, I have a lot of siblings.
You do?
So my mom has 4 children. That's 3 boys and a girl. And my dad has 7. So I have a lot of siblings. Yes,
So you
we
come
are
from
quite
a big
close.
family. Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's good. That is just interesting to know. And when we talk of Auntie Felicia, you do all of these things. What are some of the challenges that, and in this case, I'm talking of, I look at your videos, I read, sometimes I go through the comments, I see there is always those supporters and there's always those internet trolls. How do you manage that?
Okay, first, I don't really read a lot of comments. Um, because if you want to keep yourself, you avoid. So yeah, I don't read a lot of comments. I'm focused on producing more content. So once I am putting out a skit, I'm working on the next, because I believe it's my responsibility to entertain, not to bandy words, not to argue.
Yes.
If this is not your thing, it is not your thing. If you do not find it funny, you don't find it funny. And for that, I can help you.
Okay.
I am more focused. One of the things about we are at 35,000 Facebook subscribers in 2 months. That is unprecedented. That
Yes.
shows that there is overwhelming support from the public. What do I
Yes.
care about 2, 3, 4 trolls having an opinion about how funny this is? I
Yeah.
don't have that space. to to focus on that. So
That's
I'm
true.
working on the next thing. Yes, I'm working on something bigger for Felicia. I'm working on something that will make you guys much more entertained. See, my priority is for the 35,000 subscribers and followers. I don't have 1 minute to waste on trolls. Before getting into it, I am trained in media right up to PhD level. So I know the DNA of trolls. Until you give the attention, they have no power. Trust me.
That's true. That's a strong one that somebody like me can take. I remember when I told you that I wanted to go live, I told you I'm really scared of live because sometimes I don't want to have to deal with what people are saying. So that's a good lesson for even me. As I'm talking to you today, that's a lesson for me that I have to.
Yeah, I think
And
you have to have this. When I started with the comedy, I wanted to get feedback, and there's a difference between constructive criticism.
yeah.
For example, I remember when I took the character, one of the things I wanted to make sure that I don't do stereotypes of people where we just about God. So you don't have kind of 3 dimensions, you don't have layers to the
Mm.
character. So you've seen Auntie Felicia fighting for her friend. It's a man who wants to fight, wants to take over her land. You've seen Auntie Felicia fight for her friend who son has sent phone going phone
Mm-hmm.
to her to become girl. You've seen her do these things. You see her the love she has for her son and the pride she has for her son. Then you also see her, you see her query, you see her brand. It's not just one thing. So when I created them, I wanted to get feedback when I put it, I was creating too much stereotype. And
Yeah.
so I wanted criticism. There are people whom I knew personally who will not sugarcoat, who will be very constructive. And so these people, I was keen on getting their opinions, their tips on what I was doing
Mm-hmm.
because I felt it would make the character better. Yes,
Okay.
but for those who just get on my say, you must be woman before you do comedy. Well, I am doing comedy as a woman. I cannot stop it. So that one is not even a criticism. That's just on a board of.
Yeah.
In the words of
That's
a stop him.
like what faction? Who dare? Who ask you? Yeah, that is good. I'm glad that you bring that up because sometimes people fail to understand that your opinion is feedback, as I always call it. Feedback is good. So when you started this, you were open to feedback. You wanted to hear
Yes,
what people thought,
yes.
and but people can give feedback, people can give their opinions, but you don't necessarily need to take all of that. You listen
Mm,
to what people say and you do what you can do, right? But
yes.
instead of having those people who just come to criticize, they can nail you hands down, like, you know what? Forget about the rubbish you're doing. Those are the people we need to stay away from because they're not proposing anything new.
Anything. And trust me, so let me just add this. This one is for the people who might have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big one to the core. I like this debate. I like this exchange of ideas as a person. Um, I have a very thick skin. People talk to me. So, quite frankly, you might be killing yourself thinking you're getting at me, and I'm unfazed
Mm-hmm.
because it really doesn't get to me. Then, one of the things I have done is that I've surrounded myself with the best team of people who are very critical, who have a very good eye, who will not sugarcoat it with me. I surround myself with people and my closest friends in the Lord. My team is made up of people who are not my fans, who are not there to praise, sing,
Oh, your
whatever I
trumpet. Yes.
do. So I have my team, I have MC Benja, I will handle all that will do communication. We are constantly fighting. He always wins. Uh, there is John Gumba, who is closest, one of my closest friends,
Yes.
my good spirit. She not sugarcoat. I have Ari Derrick. I have other comedians, friends, and whether it's copies. Capiz comedy board. That's love it like that. So I have a circle of strong, opinionated, intelligent, creative people who are there to tell me, oh, this is good, good here and that. So yeah, that is taken care of.
That is nice. It's good again. The fact that you have that support, you have that, as you call it, your army, right? Those are the people that you do these things with. But again, this is you. You talk about Caro. This same Caro you did nail her every day. Wait till Caro do you, Auntie Feli. For real. Wait till Caro do you.
Okay, make I explain that. I want to explain this because I don't really like to talk about it. You understand? Make Carol a temptation with 5 minutes. So I want to explain who's the trouble for what. Carol will get our better meeting. I don't come out, go for Carol in house. Maybe I Carol the post. Carol make fried rice. Chicken dry so like cheap. Seasoning, not taste for foul. You don't know the that taste. Maggi short. You know, Caribbean are always salt. For me, if they won't salt the spice, so I try for advice, you know, what like this way I get exposure. I try for advice, so then I never see no how to now when they try to my phone, they call that they come for day, they want to start to Carol start come and they now we are not married. I'm married. Carol, if they come, they go move man to talk to married that. So now the bottom line that I'm very indifferent to her, but I'm also ready for her. Yes, she's threatening me with violence. You know, me and the to your woman, they didn't affect your something. Tell me I'm going to promote.
But Caro don't dare you. Time and again, I don't hear Caro talk. It don't make am clear. Say this so president for virtuous woman, not be free woman. Say it be president for married, the only married woman. And because you don't be married, you not qualify for be president for virtuous woman. It don't make that one very clear. It's a free president.
I get plenty in the way God don't give me. It give me height, I'm tall, I'm fine, I'm beautiful. I get sense, and I live comfortable. Maybe I'm not married, but then again, that can hold the person not in a trophy where any person can vanish. Ultimately, what I will get, I don't want that, including that person has play.
Cara say you know fit be president and say you don't get a crew. I don't see you. You don't organize your own fans club. You put Caro on. So Caro they so mean business. There was that Caro video. I was like, wow, okay. Caro mean business. And you say you get pointy nose. You go wait first. Caro ya imasa. They go beat your army. So Caro means business. Dorcas na another one where you know the leave you rest. Inside you know if you leave Dorcas in the way Dorcas do you. Auntie Felicia.
Okay, the thing I say, maybe if like me and Carol, if you make up, you know, when you see Dorcas, it not ever happen. Yeah, because she watches a lot. Now Dorcas, I try to again as police palava. You know, me, I'm a renowned chef. Me, I can do catering. So Dorcas go cook one a room. They don't put sliced tomato and onion for this thing. I can't put it. I mean, not me. Where all it goes, I look at the three woman where it put one for facing and makeup. You go bring with disgraceful. I tell you say stop. I take cooking spoon. I make a for inside when people clap for this thing. You are cooking. You are not cooking soon. For there, Dorcas is jealous. You know, no be not too. And when a normal woman, you put that kind of thing there for your face, see in the cup, there's a condition for you. So another mix with that kind of person. No be normal woman, the one cooler. January to December, one fat cooler for boyfriend every day. I mean, come on. So you are an independent woman, you are an accomplished woman. Would you roll with that type of primitive, local, classless woman? Then you factor in Carol into that application. You're telling me to deal with that? No, I cannot. They do, they join, they give them 1 hour for 12 days. They will not be able.
Yeah. Now so you take fine palava. As you find palava, so now so they go come attack you. Now so you take fine career and doctors the palava. And wait to be secret. No be so. Auntie Feli tell me, wait to be secret for your trotter soup. I know say it's na family secret, no, but just tell me small thing way to put that inside that trotter soup. There's some of we to even try for cook small that your trotter soup. No,
So I go give you recipe after this because I know people that make as this show you go also. Carol, either if you watch am because you watch am they get time for you, no put am, or watch am get so me I go give you privately, because in my own person, I know fit put out my recipe for soup. Especially the two the people for that of the night there, But when I touch and go, what are the cost?
Oh man, just like cookie rice the camp corner your house. Auntie Feli don't
I
touch
feel
that.
like yam, they start putting lamb. One they even match my food.
So now where the blast all man to Auntie Feli will be your bestie. Tell we your bestie
Okay.
now una.
Now, the issue I say, if you see Mama Hot Chili, right? You see Mama Hot Chili, my friend that. Yes. Mama Hot Chili, now my close friend. Now why that would get
That's very Mama Hot Chili.
Mama Hot Chili, my person. Yes. Now say Mama Hot Chili, beg. It doesn't say each time block back in beg. Now my uncle and that. My friend
But
that.
very Mama Hot Chili way the nail. The very Mama Hot Chili way. You find me palava for inside meeting. You pay money for coach Mama Hot Chili. How you tell me your own bestie? Tell me person when you blasting now because even your own Mama Hot Chili will call her your bestie. You is still blasting. So who
Yes. The way it happen. Mama Hot Chili will go trouble. The time they want to take the land, see as we enter that delicate. Now my tight friend, my boy,
I enjoy the one when I touch that delicate. It is sweet me. It is sweet me. I enjoy the one when I touch that delicate. They will still have to go pass again for that line. To miss the trouble. This one is good. This is awesome. So, hey guys, I hope you're keeping up. If you have any specific questions for Auntie Feli, she's all yours today. So ask your questions, put them in the comments. I'm going to draw them up. And while there, if you're watching this and you have not followed the You Can Be Anything podcast page yet, please kindly follow that podcast page. For those of you who do not know who I am, I'm Solange Chair. I am a host of the You Can Be Anything podcast. It is a podcast platform where I talk about anything that inspires, motivates you to become your best version. I also bring in guests to come talk to us about their lives, their experiences, what they're encountering, all with the goal to be able to share with you, right? Because sometimes it's important in life when you hear what someone else is going through, it might motivate you to understand that you can also beat this. And I am not always just on the serious side or on that side. That's why I love to bring people like Auntie Felicia to come and add some joy, like just put some laughter in our hearts. And so that's why we are here today. So please follow. If you're not, I know a ton of you on here actually replied to me already like, "Oh, thanks for bringing Auntie Felicia. You're probably already following her. And please subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. I know about all of these videos because I get notifications whenever she uploads those videos. And good enough, they are not very long. They are videos that you can just even watch on a break that you want to clear your head. You'll still have a good laugh. That's one thing I love about her comedy. So please follow her and subscribe on her YouTube channel. And also do not forget to subscribe and follow the You Can Be Anything podcast page. Auntie Feli, one thing that, again, no, we'll talk for pidgin, we'll switch back for English now. Now, either will be payzang there, right? So, one thing.
Your volume is a little bit down.
Oh, yeah, you can't hear me?
You have like 6 different earpieces.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why this one is disconnecting. So I just want the headphones. I just want to switch. I don't want to take any.
I don't know earpiece.
Now wait. Auntie Feli they sew it? I God, why did they sew? I beg. That's- So wait, Auntie Feli, another thing. Okay, another person says they can hear me now.
So
Let
I'll
me.
probably just take the phone and hold so I can get you clearly.
All right, yeah, interesting. I thought that it was. This person says they can hear me. All right. So another thing that I have a question here that let's take care of that before I get back myself together. Is they want to know what inspires you, right? Is it yes, you're naturally funny as Koi Longe. I'm sure your friends can testify to that. That's why it was so easy for you to impersonate Antifeli and do it so well. Sometimes them at the ever just find I'm like, wow, this is just beyond anything. What motivates you? So let me bring the question on the screen so you can see it for yourself. Like what inspires you to keep doing what you do? What is your motivation?
So what inspires me to keep doing this? So like I was saying, this started like a joke. I just took Joe's wig. We're shooting pretty people. I took the wig, I wore because we're waiting for something, and the dress was taking forever to come. And I told Joe, "Ah, in the meantime, let me just be doing something." And I wanted to do something about how motivational speakers in other countries
Mhm.
speak versus our motivational speakers. So I did something about, and it was just 30 seconds. And just put this out with this wig, and I had my shirt on or something, and the thing just went viral, like instantly. It went viral. And people were like, "What? You're crazy!" This and that. So Joe was like, "Oh, you should do this more." So it started as a joke. Then somebody said, "We want to do an advert, and they would like me to do that advert." He's like, "No, but I'm not a comedian yet, at least not professionally. So why would you want I think you can do this." So I paired up with Richard, because this Kongwa who does Richard. He is hilarious. And we did a skit. No, that was I paired up with Workers to do
Because
a skit
yes.
called Cucina. We're advertising a business called Cucina. That was my first like skit as I've been introduced as Felicia through Caprice Comedy Well.
Mhm.
Yes, but I think my first business that I take seriously was that they said they wanted me to advertise Cucina, and they were offering 150,000 francs. And in my mind, I was like, "What is this? What these people have been earning?" I was like, "Wait a week," and did it. I said, "No, I did it. I did it." So we did that, and the reception was crazy. And I was like, "Okay, then I could do this, I could actually do it." Then somebody came for the second app, this one for an app, a marketplace app. I was like, "Whoa." Then I said, "Okay, so from a joke, this became a longer joke,
Yes.
then it became comedy."
Yes.
So I had not yet planned on having any longevity. I had not planned this becoming a profession for me. So
Mhm.
I don't know where I'm taking this, and I'm very strategic. So I had to start thinking about the character arc of Anti-Felicia and all of that, and
Yeah.
study more about the character and give it new dimensionality. So by the time I finished doing that, a lot. So when you you develop your character, these things just come because you have the idea of who the character is. So ideas just start coming, and I was feeling this flood of ideas, and I wanted to just put them like it's this pregnancy that it's getting to the last trimester. I had to come out. So anyway, but after that, it was the private messages in my DM, WhatsApp, my business WhatsApp, from people, especially in the diaspora, telling me how this was so giving them so much relief from the day-to-day stress and hassle of their environment, or it is people who have gone through some form of grief or going through some hard time and this made them smile, or it was more than and others who were telling me, oh, my mom and I haven't agreed on anything, and we don't really discuss much. But through your comedy, it seems like we are connecting more because we have a common thing to discuss about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's all of that. It's my cousin who doesn't cook. It's a guy who has never gone to the kitchen to cook, and then gets up one day with egg, and he cracks the egg, and my aunt is asking him, Papa, now which one happened today? One fry egg. He say, I go touch him, eh? He go, woo. It is the fact that people have their family reunions and super macho guys and the people you think this might be jarring to will be like, you party go woo, eh? Or my younger brother tell I think my first business that I take seriously was that they said they wanted me to advertise for China and they were offering 150,000 francs. And in my mind, I was like, what? Is this what these people have been earning? I was like, wait a week. And I said, no, I did it, baby. So I did that, and the reception was crazy. And I was like, okay, then I could do this. Then somebody came for the second app, this one for an app, a marketplace app. I was like, whoa. Then I said, okay, so from a joke, this became a longer joke.
Yes.
Then it became comedy.
Yes.
So I had not yet planned on having any longevity. I had not planned this becoming a profession for me. So I don't know where I'm taking this. And I'm very strategic. So I had to start thinking about the character arc of Auntie Felicia and all of that, and
Yeah.
study more the character and give it three-dimensionality. So by the time I finished doing that, a lot. So you build you develop your character. These things just come because you have the idea of who the character is. So ideas just start coming, and I was feeling this flood of ideas, and I wanted to just put them like it's this pregnancy that it's getting to the last trimester. I had to come out. So anyway, but after that, it was the private messages in my DM, WhatsApp, my business WhatsApp, from people, especially in the diaspora, telling me how this was so fulfilling and so much relief from the day-to-day stress and hassle of their environment, or it is people who are going through some form of grief or going through some hard time and this made them smile, or it was more than and others who were telling me, oh, my mom and I haven't agreed on anything and we don't really discuss much, but through your comedy, it seems like we are connecting more because we have a common thing to discuss about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's all of that. It's my cousin who doesn't cook. It's a guy who has never gone to the kitchen to cook, and then gets up one day with egg, and he cracks the egg, and my aunt is asking him, Papa, now which one happened today? One fry egg. He say, I go touch him, eh? He go, woo. It is the fact that people have their family reunions and super macho guys and the people you think this might be jarring to will be like, you party go woo, eh? Or my younger brother telling me, I don't mix me. Like when I get all of these stories, it stopped being just comedy. It became evangelism to me because I felt like I had a bigger purpose. I had so much to do. It was just more than entertainment. Comedy. To me, this is like a lifelong mission, find happiness and smiles in the faces of people. That's why I don't complain. That's why I don't run. That's why I don't focus on trolls. Because I do not want to project any form of negativity that would dampen the smile on the faces of those who are dependent on me for
Yes.
some relief. I know people who have left from alone for 20, 30 years, not been healed, and they are able to relieve their experiences by just watching it. So to me,
Yes.
this much.
That is great because personally, what attracted me to you is the fact that what you do is very relatable. Like the way you talk and the way you will react to something is very relatable. Coming from a typical Cameroonian home with a mom
Yes,
with 7 kids that always like we're all at one point we're like 16 in the house. So those
yes.
characteristics, I hope she doesn't have Facebook, so I don't guess I don't think she's watching us. Hopefully she's not watching, but I truly the way you talk, the way it's very relatable, and that is why it was easy for someone like me to fall in love, right? And one thing that
Yes,
I commend that I'm talking about is you just mentioned that one of your like your biggest like people will call you and say, "Hey, you don't even know you are an antidepressant." Like you are at that point where I can be at work sometimes and I see that you uploaded a video. Personally, I do this. I put a pause, I drop my mouse, and I pick up my phone. And I laugh myself away. I just watch the video. I laugh. And then I'm like, okay, let's get back to work. And the fact that you're concise is a really good thing. So
yes,
it's not distracting. It's like a
yes.
break for the brain and you switch back. So I think that's what makes it really
Yes.
exciting for me. And I will call my sisters. I was like,
Yes.
hey, you don't see Auntie Feli, your latest video. So I'm like, so yeah, I'm so glad that you're getting all that feedback and that you're able to keep it up because this is something that a lot of people, as they have told you, it is very relieving to just
Yes.
remember and hear how, oh God, I remember this instance that whatever happened, mama mi hala mi da kana hala we. Like it's just very relatable. And
Mhm.
another thing that I wanted you to talk about is your pointing no son. Like why you're always in his business. Like you said his girlfriend rolls like a ball. Like you don't roll, you don't send me something for yeah where you roll like ball enter house. Where Auntie Philly? Auntie Philly? Why will you even do that?
Oh, good. So, yeah, my personal thought that role is a permanent role in the traditional comedy because he would in that traditional comedy world because you would always you would see him from time to time. He's called Batania. He's a model and he's a very close friend. He's been a friend for a very long time. And when I was talking about painting moves and all of that, my mom used to not necessarily say it like that. She would basically like she would hype her children, especially her son. So I just wanted I'm hyping my son because Auntie Felicia is not married. Her essence, if you would note, is her son. That's the center of her world.
Yeah.
That's what she uses, or that's what she uses to brag about everything. That's what makes her keeps her head high in front of Paro and the past and the actual. So yeah, Sama plays the role so well. The shocking thing is you get to, or let not shocking, fascinating thing, you get to see him more. I think this period, yeah, you have a lot in store. Yes, yes.
I
But
cannot
like
wait
a
to hear
mother,
more.
because imagine hyping your son and the next minute he does something wrong and you just put him
Drop it
down.
like hot potatoes. Yes, because this is the same son you're making noise all over the place. Hey,
Yes,
ha, my tall black pointing nose. And all of a sudden you cautious to I wonder whether they are very sorry.
yes. Because that's what many mothers do.
Yes, and it's a lesson.
That's what that's how they react. So in public they will defend you. You are this perfect thing, this
Mhm.
angelic thing. But once you do something wrong, they will also make sure that they put you down. They keep you silent so you don't think that you are wounded. I remember my mom, oh my god, this one I already asked that he did I don't even know.
Actually, I bet je suis. Ah, I bet
So
je suis.
so I'm in Saskia and elder sister buys the shoe for me. She buys a very nice shoe and keeps it at home. He hands it to my mom. So when I come for holiday, I can be rocking it. And I come for visiting, like they keep outing. So, like I come home, and I go back, and my mom shows me the shoe if I leave, and I love the shoe. And I take that shoe without her knowing. And the next day, I'm like, oh God, she comes school at 8. You know, if I small yesterday, I was saying broke box. You have to broke box for tissue. And then she went and met like my favorite teacher. This teacher knew that I could do no harm. And this
Yes.
teacher, like that was the person she met. You know, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? And they sent me to get, and I was wearing that shoe when she came. So she asked me to move it there on the spot. I was there with socks.
Oh my God. That is, you see, there is a lot of influence in that's why you are natural, I believe. That is why
Yes.
it's so easy for you to just say the things you do them the way you do it. Because I know that one of the questions somebody asked me, like, hey, you want to, and you already responded to this though. It's like, hey, how in what kind of environment did he grow up? Did your childhood environment
Oh,
influence
oh,
influence? Somebody asked if you grew
oh,
up in face me, I face you, because you sound
yeah.
like those face you, I face you
Okay.
households where everybody knows
Yeah,
everybody's
I hear
business.
that. I hear that a lot. And it's interesting because perhaps I give you a little bit of context. I went to Stars College. My elder brother went to Second College. My dad was Minister of Education, then became member of parliament. My mom worked in the Court of Appeal,
Hmm.
which is to tell you I did not grow up.
You did not, you did not grow up. That is because again, that's true. Because that's what again when somebody listens to you talking, right? They'll like, oh, they will actually grow for that face me, I face you kind community.
No, but
Well,
this is it. This is it. Let me perhaps balance it out. I
mm-hmm,
think um, I had the fact that I wasn't, I will not say I grew up poor. I grew up definitely, um, but I had the opportunity. I had people who were not family members. I had family members who
mm-hmm,
who were not necessarily comfortable, and it was never a factor. So we go for holiday. I would go to my grandmom, and my grandmom perhaps will be in new quarters. My big mommy go go morning time make na every day as tea. And then mommy go keep and I went to tea every day with my glass. Oh my God, this is a bamba. You know, but then I'm able to have a taste of across every spectrum. I have friends who are very
mm-hmm.
rich family members. So I think I can run through the different social structures and the economic
Yeah.
uh, structures, and I'm able to adapt. And I'm not a snobbish person, so I'm a student of society. So it makes it in such a way that I'm able to hack, if that's the right thing, to hack the experiences of experiences which are not necessarily mine. I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced poverty. It's not like I've not experienced poverty, but it's not been excruciating. So I don't want to take away anything I had,
Yeah.
yes,
Of course.
but I've been able to digest all the experiences I've had, whether affluent, whether middle class, whether poor. I'm able to study it, digest it. I'm able to relive those experiences through Auntie Felicia. Trust me, maybe I add this. I doubt this will be a question, but let me just say Auntie Felicia is one character, the number of characters that I intend to bring out.
Okay.
So I intend to, one of the other characters that I will do is actually a slot. Like, like a quarter slot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and for my stand-up comedy, I intend to do a lot more of a lead. So you would see, and I have a character who is supposed to be a nutritionist. That kind of person we talk to, that kind of person they try to be not done.
They count calories.
Yeah, they count calories. Yes, you're telling you're telling to chop fried rice. You see that's a lot of carbs for you eat. So yeah, but then there's so much that will be done as it is. Who would ever more? But for now, we are riding with.
Man, we are in love with Auntie Felicia. And again, that was one thing that I was going to ask you, like, what is your long-term plan? You have actually just told us about that and how this is. It is not just a venture that is Auntie Felicia. It is a venture that has many different characters. You're taking your time to bring them out at different levels. And we are excited for what you have. Like, I'm so much waiting, and I'm sure that all your followers are waiting to see all these different characters that we intend to bring out. And Auntie Felicia, you go ever change clothes?
First of all, make a tell now. Be thinking. Talk. You are not priced. Maybe that carol they are kuchaba and to pass. You want a kinky. Yeah, they use a sheen. They use it on top. Water with So we are not complain about it. It's going nowhere. Big blouse. So big blouse. Maybe that today. Men are these are cheap children. Yeah, big blouse. I buy them for boutique. When I know boutique clothing. So I beg, when I come to 2019, I need to wear cheap things. Yes, I need to wear cheap. I need to sell planting. Yeah, so when I know, but when I don't think I change clothes. When I remember when I do label sounds ad, you don't remember that people are hot. We are all with fun.
I'm allowed for that. You don't talk about shoe. I remember Karosi Yato for side because the way Karosi Yato they like agric mbanga. After you don't taste
Okay, the first I say for me, I don't know to agric mbanga because obviously Karo will be familiar with that, given her environment. So I don't know. The way I know I say I'm a very sexy lady. I don't do makeup. Carol don't wake up and make up for people. Wait till that benefit radio. Wait till the relationship you can tell her and make her. See your own face and so I really, my dear Solange, please let's talk about better things. We cannot let's not debase the discussion by talking about low life.
Okay. We take that away. Yes. Okay, Auntie Feli, we'll talk about other things. Now, might see some person they ask them for comments, say, okay, might bring her up in me and you see her. It's a sure. So, what can you do? What can you share with someone who is going through difficult moments, like difficult times?
Okay, so I'm not
motivation.
I can only speak for what I do, and it will not work for everybody. But I think that you can choose whether you want to make a difficulty become the center of your being, or you choose to look at the bigger picture. The same thing we're talking about, when it's not constructive, you can have a way of destroying dreams and good ideas and art. And so what I do focus on. I think that difficult. I don't feel entitled when I started this, I was hoping that if I have 20,000 followers in 1 year, it's a big shot, you know, because that's really the trajectory in which the way people do here. So I did not feel entitled. I do not feel like I have to constantly have things my way. And so it's difficult for me to be disappointed in because why I have high standards for myself, I don't really attribute it to other people. I don't think that people are under any pressure to be kind to me, to be loving to me, to be empathetic to me. I think it's my own duty to do it to others. I don't focus so much. Trust me, I really do not. One of my friends was asking me the other day, which was a very good question. He says, "Are you happy?" He says, because people who make people happy usually are not themselves,
Happy.
and they use humor as a way of protect or you're coming off that. I was like, me, I don't like to I'm happy, as you say. I'm happy, so room no even there for happiness. So yeah, I think that we should treat difficult times as challenges that come. We should rise above the occasion. One of the things that make difficulties less is when we have the right community to share it with. I have a very strong circle, a tribe of friends and family
Yes.
who are loyal, who are true, who are dependable, and they are only that because you two have to be that. I have heard people talk about not being loyal when they expect as loyal, when they've not tried to. Oftentimes you get what you
Yeah.
so it's our responsibility to to be kind, to be
I agree.
empathetic, to be loving. I'm sure that when we're planning the podcast, I was trying as much as possible to make it as easy as possible for you
You
because
did.
I understood
You did. For
how
real.
I have been in this position when I'm trying to build something. And what you need is somebody who can really understand you, understand, the hardship, pain, and the nervousness and breaking apart. And so I felt that it was my responsibility to make sure that I am in my best of behavior, that I make you feel encouraged, that I make you
Yes.
feel like, oh, now my brother is there. We
Yes.
will do this thing, we will just play this thing. So, and I feel
Yes.
that if that was a difficult thing for you, it's not being a difficulty, feel reassured. So you have the right attitude, you'll be fine. Yeah.
That's right.
But it
Yeah.
starts
So
with
if I pick it back a little bit on what you just said, and it is true, that's one of the first things I told anybody.